Hi, teacher. I will talk about the story or tell Jack and the Beanstalk. Uh, this story is very known for all people. It's very entertaining, very funny for me. Uh, I will present some pictures, and then I will talk about the story, origin, uh, and why it is important. The origin is the earliest surviving written version is the story of Jack and the Beanstalk, a book printed by Benjamin Tovar in 1807. But the story is certainly older. A burlesque entitled The Story of Jack Springs and the Enchanted Bean was included in the 1734 second edition of Round About or Cold Fire. In the classical version of the tale, the giant is named, but many places based on it time him Blunderbore, or one giant of that name appears in the 18th century. Jack the Jack the Giant Killer. Uh, the phrase "the giant's cry," fee, fie, foe, fum, I smell the blood of the Englishman, appears in William Shakespeare's King Lear in the form fee, foo, and fum. I smell the blood of a British man. I will tell you a little part about this story. Once upon a time, there was a boy named Jack who lived with his poor widowed mother. They had sold almost everything they owned to buy food. When their last cow stopped giving milk, Jack's mother sent him to town to sell it. On the way, Jack meets an old man who offers magic beans in exchange for the cow, and the Jack makes the trade. When he arrives home with, without any money, his mother becomes furious, throws the beans to the ground, and sends Jack to bed. Poor Jack. In the morning, a giant beanstalk grows overnight, which Jack climbs to a land high in the sky. There he comes to a house, or in some versions, a castle, that is the home of a giant. He asks at the door for food, and Giant's wife takes him in. When the giant returns, he senses that a human is near. Then the giant says, I smell the blood of an Englishman, be he alive or be he dead. I'll grind his bones to make my bread. Jack is hidden by the giant's wife, and overhears the giant's coat and morning. When the giant sleeps, he steals a bag of gold coins, and makes his escape down the beanstalk. Jack returns up the beanstalk twice more. Each time he is helped by the wife, although she grows increasingly suspicious of him. He learns of the other treasures and steals them when the giant sleeps. First, a goose that lays golden eggs. The most common variant is a hen compared the idiom to kill to the ghost that light the golden eggs. Then the harp that plays by itself. However, the giant is woken when Jan leaves the house with the harp. The giant chases him down the beanstalk, and Jack calls to his mother for axe. Before the giant reaches the ground, Jack cuts down the beanstalk, causing the giant to fall to his death. Jack is the, his Jack and his mother then live happily ever after, which they riches than Jack stole from the giant. I will talk to you about Jack and the Blind Stack. It is a story or tale. Uh, this story or tale was published in 1807 by Benjamin Tabard. It was related uh, with Jack the Giant Killer. It is the most popular late in England. There are many things that one represent one part of this doll. For example, there are many films, there are video games, uh, cartoons, uh, programs TV that uh, show one part of uh, this doll or story. This story or tell is very important because it has served to make adaptation to movies. For example, the first film adaptations was made in 1902 by Edwin Sporter for the Edition Manufacturing Company. Walt Disney made a short of the same name in 1922, and a separate adaptation entitled Mickey and the Beanstalk in 1947 as a part of Fun and Fancy Free. This adaptation of the story put Mickey Mouse in the role of Jack, accompanied by Donald Duck and Goofy. Mickey, Donald, and Goofy live in Happy Valley, which is plagued by a severe drought, and they have nothing to eat except one loaf of bread. Meat trays in the cow, which Donald was going to kill for food for the magic beans. Donald throws the beans on the floor and down a nuttle in a fit of rage, and the beanstalk sprouts that night, lifting the three of them into the sky while they sleep. In the magical kingdom, Mickey, Donald, and Goofy help themselves to add some poached best. This rouses the ire of the giant, named Willie in this version, who captures Donald and Goofy and locks them in a box with a singing golden harp. Thank you for your attention.